Welcome to another episode of Morning Java, brought to you as always by our friends at the Get-Go Cafe and Market, where Mr. Lawley and I will be stopping on our way back to Pittsburgh after the end of the world, which is what this looks and feels like. This weather is crazy.
Yeah, it was just a bad... The weather played into exactly what the Ravens wanted to do. They wanted to run the football. The Steelers, well, they couldn't run, they couldn't pass. They could run a little bit. Benny Snell ran okay.
And then they kind of got away from that, and then there was just no passing. Dale, there was never any progression for any facet of this offense at any point in the season without Ben Roethlisberger. I don't think we can get any more complicated than that.
Well, I still believe in Mason Rudolph. I've seen enough of Mason Rudolph that if Mason Rudolph plays against the Jets last week and finishes that game, they win. I don't know if they win this one.
You won't let that go.
I don't know if they win this one.
You will not let that go.
But he at least gives him a credible quarterback. Devin Hodges just doesn't. I'm sorry.
No, of course he doesn't.
And it's nothing against the kid. It was a great story. Fantastic for him. But he's not an NFL quarterback.
No, but the quarterbacks aside, and I know nobody can get past that, but I can. The quarterbacks aside, if you go through the other members of the offense and ask yourself who stepped up, it's a really short list, Dale. It's Deontay Johnson. It's, at times, James Washington, maybe not as much in the last couple of weeks, although in fairness, I think he was hobbled by the ankle today.
But it all goes back to the quarterback.
No, it doesn't.
It's why it's the most important position in sports.
Of course it is. I'm not going to argue that. But my point is that, see, Deontay Johnson, to me, is the excuse smasher for everybody, okay? Because if Deontay could go out there and perform with the same quarterbacks, the same offensive line, the same coordinator, and the same everything else, what was everybody else's excuse? He played really well.
Have none.
He stepped up.
Juju Smith-Schuster has no excuse.
Has none.
How
about the tight ends? What tight ends?
They can't throw the ball to themselves. I mean, that's part of the problem. But it's just.
You thought Vance McDonald was sufficient this season?
No,
of course not.
But I just, again, he can't throw the ball to himself. The blocking stuff. There's a reason why the Steelers love to get their linebackers matched up on tight ends. That's a win your linebacker should make every time. We saw it today. We saw Matthew Judon beat Vance McDonald for a sack. That's what happens when you get an outside linebacker, good pass rusher, on a linebacker or on a tight end.
And there are solutions for that, too, including schematically, none of which took place and ended up really killing them.
Again, so much of this stuff goes back to if you've got a veteran quarterback,
yes,
he gets you into and out of good and bad plays, and they were unable to do that against this defense, which is a very complex defense to play against. We've seen Ben Roethlisberger struggle against that defense and the schematics that they put out there.
We also saw this defense essentially employed by the New York Jets in New Jersey last week with all the zone blitzing, the delayed blitzing. Buffalo Bills did it, I thought, better than anybody. Really just brought guys late, caused all kinds of trouble for Duck. It doesn't matter, man. Ben Roethlisberger is going to be back. I think we can agree on that. Yes. Okay. Other changes have to be made on that offense.
They need a running back.
They need a
star running back.
To me, they need a tight end.
Potentially, yeah.
I'm not giving Vance McDonald a $7.1 million cap hit to come back and to spend half the season on IR. I'm just not doing that. I'm sorry. You got enough guys that you can't count on to be out there. You can't do that with your tight end.
I don't disagree, and they may need the money because they got to sign Bud Dupree.
They got to sign Bud, and they got to at least make a push for Hargrave. I know that's going to be hard to do, but they got to at least make a push.
You got to keep that defense together.
Yeah, that's. Hey, count your blessings. That defense has me and Dale actually discussing a relevant football thing in Week 17 that nobody ever could have seen coming, you know?